We've been living in this London flat for 2 years now, which is quite a long time. Usually when renting, if you move often, I feel like it's a really good chance to reset, reorganize. But because we've been here for so long, we haven't in those 2 years kind of taken everything out of the cupboards and the wardrobes and given the place a proper deep clean. So today, that is what we're going to do. I'm going to be organizing, decluttering, and deep cleaning our entire London flat. So we're going to start here with the bedroom, and I do think the best way to declutter is to literally take everything off of the surfaces, out of the wardrobes, out of the cupboard, and then see it all, give it a good clean, and then put back what I actually want and need. Okay, so now I've got all of these clothes that I need to sort through. I'm sorting between keep, throw, and store. Store will be the items I'm not yet ready to get rid of or might be more seasonal. It's been very enlightening to move to London and realize you do truly need a winter and summer wardrobe, even an autumn and spring wardrobe. Like my outerwear layers change every 3 months. From no jackets to light jackets to winter jackets to proper cold coats and puffers. I also realised moving over here that a lot of the clothes I had previously were very much for Australian weather, so I ended up having to buy a lot of new clothes. So yeah, very much learning about layers living here and seasonal wardrobes. So we have a few of these £1 IKEA storage bags. So I'm just going to put the items that I want to store/sell in here. We've already got one kind of going for our winter clothes. So yeah, and then we just put those at the top of the wardrobe. Next up is the desk area, which honestly becomes cluttered daily, but ultimately this is a pretty easy one to organize and wipe down. And then of course we have to get the sheets off the bed, get them washed and put fresh ones on. Fresh sheets always feel so good to sleep in, but it's so much work to switch your sheets over, get them washed, get them dried. So we each have our own bedside tables, and I just gave those a good clean and then sorted all of the bits and bobs hanging around into these little containers that slotted into the bedside table itself, which was pretty convenient. So I sleep with a sleep mask, but every night I find it gets caught up in the sheets or the pillows and I struggle to find it. So it is honestly a thing that happens, every night. So I was thinking I could use these 3M hooks to hook the sleeping mask just next to my bed here so I can find it more easily each night. So I'm going to do that. And yeah, I think that's going to work really well. So I just need to figure out what height to put it at, but I think up here is a good spot for it. We use linen sheets, which I have historically loved, but over the last few years we've noticed the sheets themselves have tended to rip, which is not convenient. So this is probably our last set of linen before we move on to a different material to sleep in. Let me know if you have a favorite. Okay, so the bedroom is all clean now. We have clean desks, clean mirrors, clean floors. We've got a reorganized wardrobe up here. We've got fresh sheets, new and clean bedside tables that have been reorganized. And now it's time to move on to the next room. Okay, next up is the kitchen. This one's going to be a biggie. For organizing the cupboards, I have finally reinvested in a bunch of different sized containers from IKEA. So now that I'm kind of reorganizing and decluttering my space, I'm going to use these to organize and put little things in, like maybe a bunch of spices in here or things like that. So I bought a bunch of different sizes and I'm going to use them all across the flat to help deal with that organization. I gave this pantry a solid clean because foods had just built up in it. So now it is super shiny, super clean. Okay, so this was everything in our pantry, which is wild. And then we just have like so many leftover bags from various things that were just clogging up where the bin is. So I'm now going to organize all this stuff, find, I guess, ways to organize it. Probably like flour. We actually have like a cupboard for flour, so I'm going to put that down there. And then I think all of these spices could definitely go into one of those IKEA boxes. And then yeah, I'll see like that honey is definitely like pretty much empty, and this is pretty much empty as well. So just need to organize this now. And then I'm going to put everything back into the cupboard, which you will see. Also, I can't believe how clean this is right now. To me, this is stunning. This was really starting to like get a bad smell down here. So we had a bunch of pasta jars that were all like the same size. So I've just put all of these items that were in these different sized containers into these little jars, and I think they'll work really nicely to just kind of consolidate everything a bit more. So I feel like you definitely need a few disposable bags as well as like recyclable bags to put gifts in or things like that. But we definitely didn't need as many as we did have, and it kept interfering with like the bin. So I've just downsized them all and fit them into this little bag, which I think will just be like a little side bit so it'll stop it from interfering with the bin. Okay, so here's the final result of the food pantry. I am so happy with that. This was definitely going to be one of the bigger cupboards. The rest should just be a quick clean, not too much organizing involved. So let's get on to the next cupboard because there's plenty more to do. So now I'm going to try and blast through these three. And just a heads up that this cupboard is broken at the moment, but my landlord is coming to fix it next week. So yeah, just like doesn't close all the way, but it's gonna get fixed. This cupboard will just involve taking everything out and cleaning the surfaces down. This cupboard is like our storage container cupboard, and it's just got everything literally chucked into it. So I'm gonna pull this out, make sure we've got everything like lid wise that we need. So every base or container has a lid, and then put it back in. This cupboard is where we put like all our pots and pans and cooking stuff. So this is pretty organized as is. I just need to bring everything out and clean it down. So let's do these three cupboards. We love to keep our cupboards as decluttered as possible, just so that it makes emptying the dishwasher super easy. We try not to stack too many things on top of one another so that we're not like having to reshuffle around ceramics or glassware all the time. And I really appreciate that on the daily because it just saves us a lot of time. I know in other places we've kind of had a lot of different housemates and things, and so emptying the dishwasher just feels like playing Tetris. But now that we have like our own space and our own things, we like to keep it very minimalist. Okay, so this is our very hectic baking cupboard. I don't know why we have an entire cupboard dedicated to baking, but I guess I like to bake a lot, so that's probably why. And also, I feel like flowers and things are so messy in the pantry, so this just really consolidates all of this mess to this area. So yeah, I love this little cupboard, to be honest. I feel like I always try to keep everything stocked so that if I want to do a late night bake, I can make something. And I really love having all of our baking items in a separate cupboard because flour and sugar, I feel like it just falls out of bags somehow and you get that light dusting of flour on your pantry. So it's really nice to have that separated from the main area. Okay, so that is the inside of the cupboards done. I did most of them. There are a few that I haven't touched just because they haven't got much in them or they're cool. We're okay with the state of them at the moment. And now we're going to do the exterior of the kitchen. So I'm going to start with this shelf here and then do all of the cupboard doors, the oven top, stove top, and then all of the surfaces as well. So at this stage you've seen me doing a lot of the cleaning and obviously I do live here with my partner, so I do want to make it clear that we do split a lot of the domestic duties evenly, but because I wanted to record this YouTube video about deep cleaning this apartment, I didn't enlist him to have to also record himself cleaning. So in this video it's just me, but do know that we split a lot of it evenly. Alright, now it's time to do all of these surfaces. I reckon it's going to get pretty mucky, and then the kitchen should be nearly done. And there we have it, the kitchen is done. That took me so much longer than I expected it to, and I feel so gross now. But it's done, it's looking beautiful. We will not be cooking in here tonight. It is staying beautiful for as long as possible. Okay, next room. So now it's time to do the living room slash like dining room because there's like technically a bar table here, but you know, mostly living room. And this room should hopefully be a little easier. Essentially there's like two components. There's this massive wall unit that the landlord built, which we love, but it's got a lot of stuff on it. And also, I don't think I've cleaned it in the 2 years since we've lived here, other than just like artificial dusting. So I'm gonna empty that and then clean it down. And then we've got like the couch slash rug space, and that should be a pretty quick job too. When we first moved in, we kind of had no trinkets because we just moved over with really our clothes. So it's been fun over time to see this shelf that's like obviously a display shelf fill up with little bits and bobs that we've picked up over our time here, and it feels really reflective of this period of our life, which is really nice. A little bit down here underneath our dining table is a shelf where we dump a lot of stuff. And I've started to organize some of it into these containers. And so I think I'm gonna do the rest with these items that kind of need to hang around here. Like we have napkins and incense that are like relevant to this area, but they're kind of just sitting around randomly. So I wanna like group them all together and put them in little containers down here. So a bit of a game changer in the living room, not to be too dramatic, was switching to a leather couch in terms of cleanliness, because our fabric couch used to pick up like anything that attached to it. So it just constantly looked really dirty. We were having to lint roll it all the time. But with a leather couch, honestly, things just kind of like swipe off. So I'm actually not sure how to like officially clean a leather couch, but I'm just gonna dust over it and that's the job. Lucky last, this is the final room of the flat that we will be cleaning. It is the bathroom. It's definitely the dankest room of the house. So going to glove up for this and hopefully get through it as quickly as possible. I'm going to spray some stuff on the tiles and let that soak in. So let's get stuck into this final room. I'm going to declutter and organize the cabinets here, because essentially we just have like a bunch of stuff in here. It's super random. It makes absolutely no sense. They always like have things falling out when we open it. So I'm going to use those little containers I bought to group everything together. Now I'm going to do the bathtub and shower section, and it's going to get pretty messy. So I put on an old pair of shorts, and then I'm wearing this shirt anyway because it's got bleach stains on it. So we all good on that front. But yeah, just got to get in and scrub all of this down. Okay, so the final task I'm going to do here in the bathroom is swap out this shower seal. So this one here is so mucky and gross. It's like leaving crap everywhere it goes. So I didn't even think we could clean it to bring it back to life. So instead on Amazon, I bought this new seal for like £10 and I'm gonna try swapping them out, and I think it's going to really help make the bathroom look like brand new. Okay, that's the final room of the house done, and I am done too. This has been a lot of hard work. Anywho, we're done now. The house is looking amazing. Let's do a final wrap around of all the different rooms and see the final results. And otherwise, I'll catch you next time. Bye.